Good morning, everyone. I'm back in my other room, and we're guided to do but we're guided to do a tarot reading today, a straightforward tarot reading where you ask a question and pick a pile and see what the answer to your question is. Yeah, and I'm also guided to use my steampunk tarot, which I haven't used for a while, so that's kind of cool. There's different images and the cards speak differently to me than the other ones that I use, so yeah, let's see what happens. I'm going to open the energy and get started and let you pick your piles, and then we're going to go from there. Okay. All right, if you haven't picked a pile yet, please pause the video, contemplate your question, and pick your pile. Otherwise, I'm going to get started now with my pile number ones. Okay, pile number ones. Think about your question, and I'm going to open the tarot, or start your reading. I don't know why I said it that way. Interesting. Okay. So the way that the answers are coming is through this situation spread. So we're going to look at it, the cards, how they relate to each other that way. So, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So the moon card, typically in my other deck, I see it as a very positive thing. In this deck, it's speaking to me differently right now, and it's saying that the situation you're in is you could feel like someone is deceiving you. Okay, maybe you feel like someone is deceiving you, or you're deceiving yourself, maybe. I'm not sure, okay? But you feel like someone is deceiving you. So that's what I'm picking up here from this card. Yeah, you're not trusting something. That's what I feel, okay? So you're not trusting something. That's what's going on. Like, look at the cat and the dog and the crab, or I think it's a crab. It looks like a lobster, but it's a crab, I believe. Anyways, and then they're all looking up at the moon, and they're nervous. It's like the full moon. It's that full moon energy where sometimes people are a little on edge. I personally love the full moon, but I do know that some people get on edge and some things start to happen. And, for some people, it's a nerve-wracking time of the month. Hospitals fill up, dentists that are on call get more calls. The bars go a little crazy, back in the day. I don't know about right now with everything that's going on, but yeah, the full moon is making someone nervous. So there's something that's making you nervous. There's something you're not trusting. There's something you're unsure of. There's something that it's just making you a little nervous, and you're not sure of. That's how it's coming, okay? So the next card, which is the purpose of the situation that you're in, tells me that you think someone might be taking something from you, okay? So the purpose of the situation might be to make you more alert, okay? To make you a little bit more alert, to pay attention to what's going on. Either someone's taking something from you or you're taking something from them. It could be either way. But someone in this situation, you or the other person or the situation itself, you feel like something's being taken from you, or you're taking something from something. So it could be, a work situation, or it could be something, not another human being. Doesn't have to be another human being, but whatever it is. So yeah, you're definitely feeling concerned that something's not right, okay? And your spidey senses are up, and you're a little concerned that there's going to be some sort of loss in this situation, okay? But then we have the Magician, okay, which this is the actions and ideas and thoughts that should be inspired by this situation. So this tells me that you're to pay attention to the magic, okay? You're to pay attention to, you're to remember that this situation can be transformed, okay? That's what it's saying. This situation can be transformed. You need to see the magic. You need to see the transformative powers of this situation, okay? You need to be able to remember that the situation can be transformed. Whatever this situation or whatever this question is that you have, it can be transformed, okay? You're the magician. You can transform it, okay? You're the magician. You can transform it. That's what this card is saying, all right? And then this is the possible outcome, the potential outcome. So there's two potential outcomes here I'm seeing. So it's imperative that you remember you're the magician. You can transform it. You can facilitate whichever outcome you want. So there's two outcomes, possible outcomes. This is a very defensive, it could be a very defensive stance where you become very defensive and guarded. But the other stance is this is very victorious. She's standing there and she's victorious over something. So you could see this either way, right? This outcome. So the outcome depends on you as the magician and how you choose to deal with this situation and the transformative power. So this tells me that you can have fear or faith. Okay, you can have fear or faith. So you're in a situation where you're not quite sure what the situation is. Something doesn't feel right. Something's concerning you. You're not sure if there's some deceit going on. You're not sure. Your spidey senses are up. You feel like there could be either you're taking advantage of someone or someone's taking advantage of you. Okay, so this could be a relationship, a romantic relationship, but you have the power to transform this situation and you have the power to see the magic in the situation and to remember the magic that exists in this world and to choose faith or fear. Okay, you have that power to choose faith or fear. And whichever one you choose will lead to the outcome. Either you're going to be defensive and guarded, or you're going to be victorious and strong and confident and know that you're safe and secure. So that's the answer to your question. I hope that made sense. I hope it's relevant. So, the choice is yours, how you're going to transform or manage this situation to achieve whichever outcome you're going to achieve. So faith or fear, that's what I hear. Choose faith or fear. You have a choice to make here. All right, that's my pile number one. So I'm going to move on to my pile number twos. You go have a great day. Okay, pile number twos. Let's see. Think of your question, and I'm going to now reveal the cards. So what I know is that the way we're answering the question is we're doing the situation spread is what I hear. And so this is the situation, this is the purpose, this is the ideas and actions inspired, and this is the outcome. So, okay. I can see right now you are feeling uneasy about a situation, okay? But don't worry, it's going to be good. It's turning out good. I'm going to tell you that right now, but I'll do the reading, the full reading. But I don't want you to get too concerned about this card when you see it. So this card indicates that you're in a situation where a lot of things are coming at you and you feel like your hands are tied and you're blindfolded and you can't really figure it out. You can't see clearly. You can't see clearly and you're paralyzed by the situation, okay? You can't see clearly. You get a lot of things coming toward you and you just can't see your way through the trees, I think that's a saying. Anyways, you're in the weeds. That's what it's saying. You're in the weeds and you can't see the forest through the trees. That's what it is. You can't see the forest through the trees. So, yeah, that's the situation you're in, okay? The purpose of the situation, this tells me, the Emperor in reverse, tells me that you need to surrender to... See, if he was upright, he would be all about order, creating order and, just structure and order. He's in reverse. So you need to surrender to this lack of order and structure, to it not making sense. Okay. So to this, you can't make sense of it. Okay. And you need to just surrender to that is what this reading is telling me. You can't make sense of it. It's okay. Surrender to it does not make sense. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I can't see the forest through the trees. I don't know which way to turn. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay? Surrender to that. Allow not knowing. Allow a little bit of chaos if that's how it feels for you. Allow it. Okay? Just surrender to it and allow it, because the ideas and inspirations and actions that it's going to inspire is new opportunities, new financial opportunities, new opportunities for prosperity and growth. And, the Ace of Pentacles is all about new opportunities for wealth and prosperity and growth and etc. So they're holding the world in their hand, okay? This is like in the other deck, I think it's the World card, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I always hear the world is your oyster when I see this card, and that's what I'm seeing here again. The world is in your hand, in the palm of your hand, okay? So don't try to figure it out. Don't try to make it make sense. Surrender to it, allow it, and these wonderful, wonderful things are coming your way, okay? And then we have the World card right beside it, right? Which is success and the world is your oyster. Remember I said that? So it's interesting. The world is your oyster. It's in your hand. The possible outcome is, your world opens up and expands and you're successful in a very worldly way. And yeah, it's a great outcome of the situation that you're in. So there's no need to worry, even though yeah, I just double checked to make sure I was correct about that. But yeah, in my other deck, the Ace of Pentacles is the World card. So it's funny that they're coming up together here. It's really interesting. So it's affirming that message, that the Ace of Pentacles means the world is in your hand, right? And success is in your hand. It's there for the taking, okay? It's there for the taking. Don't be stressed about not being able to see the forest through the trees, okay? Just keep going. Surrender to that feeling. Surrender to the unknown. Surrender to the fact that you can't, your hands are tied and you're blindfolded, but there's a reason for that, okay? Because you are the kind of person that wants to try to control things, in a good way, not in a bad way, but you want to try to, you're a doer. You're a doer. You want to do something. You want to do something. You want to figure it out. You want it to make sense. You want to, you don't like to just be still and allow. Okay. You don't like to be still and allow. You don't like chaos. You like order and structure. So the purpose of the situation that you're in is that you are to allow that, to surrender to that, to forgive that. Okay. Just to let it be. Because I've said this many times in other readings, the universe knows, when you say, I want this or I want that, the universe hears you, but they also hear beyond what you're saying, and they know what to give you. And there's so much more that they want to give you than just what you're asking for, what you think, right? So this is, okay, yeah. So I'm hearing release attachment to outcome, okay? When the purpose of your situation where you can't see anything, you can't do anything, you can't see the forest through the trees, is to get you to surrender to that and release all attachment to outcome, okay? And when you release all attachment to outcome, that's when this can come to you, okay? The universe, the world, the universe can offer you the world. That's what I'm hearing. The universe can offer you the world. But you have to go through this process here of releasing all attachment to outcome, releasing all attachment to doing, releasing all attachment to controlling, knowing, figuring it out, making sense of it, fitting it into the box, okay? Because they want to give you more than what's in that box. That's what I'm hearing. That's your reading for today. All right? I hope that made sense. And yeah, we'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye. Hi, my pile number threes. Okay, last but not least, let's take a look at your cards. Think about the question that you asked, and let's get started here. So we're answering the question with the situation spread. Is what's happening here today. And so I'm going to look at the cards together, individually and together, and see what your reading has to say for you, okay? All right, so this tells me the situation you're in is that you are ready to try something new. The Page of Pentacles is someone who's done some research and acquired some skills and has prepared themselves to try something new in the physical world, okay? Especially in the physical world. So you might be investing money for the first time, or starting a new job, or changing careers, or something like that. Okay, so but you're willing and ready to start something and try something new in the physical material world. Okay, so yeah, you could be starting an artistic endeavor. You know, you might be starting to pursue a passion, an artistic passion, I hear as well, some of you. Okay, so that's what this card is telling me. You're ready and willing to start doing something new that you've never done before in the physical world. Okay, that's what that is telling me. So, and I mean, it could even be relationship related, because that's in the physical world as well. So maybe you're, you know, ready to commit to a relationship where you've never done that before fully, or something. You know, you'll know what that is. This card tells me that you're sitting on the fence. Okay, so this is the purpose of the situation you're in. So you're ready, you're willing, and but you're trying to decide, and you're kind of sitting on the fence. Okay, and I hear you do that a lot. You overthink. You know, you get really prepared, you learn, you research, you figure it all out in whatever way you need to, whether it's for emotional change, you know, whether it's for whatever it is. But you sometimes sit on the fence and take no action. So what this card is telling me is that no action is the worst thing you can do. The purpose of this situation is to force you, and I'm using that word lightly, okay, but it's to push you, nudge you, let's say, nudge you toward taking action, to getting off the fence. Okay, so it's a learning experience that you need to take action, because when you don't take action, you know, that's when things go wrong. Okay, so make your decision, whatever it is. If you're deciding between two methods, two paths, two things, could be career change. Like I said, do I stay in the career? Do I go? Do I do, you know, whatever. Inaction is what you don't want to do. Okay, you don't want to be sitting on the fence anymore. And this opportunity that you're looking at is presenting to you so that you can see that you often sit on the fence, and it's time to get off the fence. And so it's inspired. And I think it's, you know, because it's pentacles, right? And it's pentacles. I think it's about finances. So career, finances, you know, for some of you, it's very much about finances. So the Four of Pentacles, so this is the action and ideas that it inspires, this situation. Okay, so some of you may be thinking about a savings plan, an investment plan, that kind of thing for the first time. And, you know, this card is saying, yes, go for it. Okay. So this card is all about, you know, a penny saved is a penny earned. However, if you hoard, then the opposite happens, because you stop your flow. Okay. So this card is both positive and negative in you know, that yes, saving is good, investing is good, you know, whatever you're doing here is good. Don't become a hoarder, because that's when you block your flow. So you want to be able to walk that fine line between, fours are there's a fine line between positive and negative you know, things with the four. Fours can bring a lot of security, stability, etc., but it can also lock you into that box of, you know, stopping your flow. So becoming complacent, becoming, you know, afraid of losing any security you already have, and all that kind of stuff. So this card is telling me that, you know, if it is finances that you're thinking about, you know, this should inspire you to start that savings plan, or that investment plan, or whatever it is. But don't become a hoarder, and don't become yes, and if you do something like that, especially with investing, I'm hearing, if you're investing, don't become afraid if you see some losses originally, because, you know, it's volatile, it's up and down when you invest money. So do long-term investments, unless you're really, really ready to, like, go for it and, you know, get rid of all your risk aversion, but this tells me you're a risk averse person. So do long-term investments and then, you know, forget about them for a while because they'll go up and down and you don't want to panic every time it goes down, right? Same if your savings. If you have to dip into your savings for something, for some emergency, don't panic. Don't go into the hoarding mentality. That's what that's telling me. Don't go into the hoarding scarcity mentality, okay? Keep yourself in the flow mentality, okay? That attracts abundance to you. That's what this card is telling me. So you're ready to try something new in the physical, material, financial world. You know, you've been sitting on the fence about this your entire life is what I hear. It's time to get off the fence and do something. Inaction is the only thing that you shouldn't do right now. So take an action one way or the other. But do not go into the hoarding mentality, the scarcity, the fear mentality. You know, keep yourself in the flow and abundance and faith mentality if you're doing this, okay? And the outcome will be, this shows me that you've suffered losses in the past, okay? So, but it also shows me that those losses are in the past. And you've learned how to deal with those losses. So you don't need to repeat that lesson, okay? So don't go into scarcity, fear mode, okay? Hoarding mode, because you don't need to repeat that lesson, okay? And in the past, you've gone into that mode and experienced loss, and you've learned from that. So you've learned from that. You've learned about that. You know, I hear you know that scarcity mentality leads to loss for you, okay? So this tells me you've dealt with that, you know that, you understand that, and it's time for you to go into flow mentality, abundance mentality, faith mentality, okay? Faith over fear, and that puts this loss energy to rest. See, you know, it's to rest. It's done. So, yeah, that's your reading. So I hope it resonates with you. If it doesn't, because it's kind of specific, maybe pick a different pile if it didn't answer your question. But for those of you who are, you know, thinking about things on a financial level, especially, I mean, it could be anything in the material world. Doesn't have to just be financial, but you know, it's quite specific here. So I feel like some of you, it's going to hit the nail on the head. Some of you, it might not. Some of you might need to pick another pile because it might just not be your pile. Okay. So anyways, go have a great day. Stay in faith and flow. Get out of fear and, you know, scarcity. And stay out of, I hear you're out of it. That's why you're ready. You've gathered the knowledge and tools. You've gotten yourself out of that. So stay out of that. Don't go back into that. That's what this is telling me. You're on the fence. Do I go forward? Do I have faith? Do I take the leap of faith? Or do I stay in this fear place where I kind of hoard and just keep the security I have, right? So take some action. I mean, it's okay if you decide to stay where you are. But this is telling me, you know, take that step forward, you know, stay in faith and flow, and put this to rest, this loss that you typically experience when you're in fear and scarcity, okay? You've gathered the tools, you know how to do this. You've got this. That's what it says to me. All right. You go have a great day now. Bye-bye.